Hey, what's up, everybody? This is episode 14. It's been a little while. I've been taking my time with this episode. This is gonna be the last one for a little while. We're going on hiatus because, number one, this is a lot of work, and I've been really balanced for a while now, and I realized, for what I want, I need to be unbalanced for a little while. I got a lot of new things coming into my life, and I'm super grateful for them, and I just need to focus on one thing at a time. I realized that it's almost better to commit to a few things instead of scattering yourself everywhere, because it's hard to be all in on so many things and you're kind of torn apart, and it's very taxing on yourself and your peace and your mind. So I've been focusing on just business, relationships with people, and relaxation, and God. I've been getting really, really close with God lately, talking to Him a lot, giving more time to Him, and I feel different. Things have been going really well, and He's been blessing me so much in my life that I didn't know I would be here where I am even a little while ago, and He's given me everything. And I just want to thank Him because I'm so grateful, and I don't deserve it. And most of these things I didn't really even earn, but He gave them to me anyway. So I just want to say thank you, Lord, for blessing all of us even though we don't deserve it. Thank you for loving us and not giving up on us. Thank you. I have this overwhelming feeling sometimes where, when things are going good, in the back of my mind I think they have to go bad at some point. And I always think it has to be soon. Like right after I'm constantly joyous, I feel like it has to go bad, but that's really not the case at all. If anything, I'm making it bad by thinking that. I'm making that my reality, and those thoughts manifest themselves as my reality and bring that hurt and pain and sadness upon myself. It's unnecessary, and we do it to ourselves when we don't need to. I've been giving my anxieties to Him, so every time I get anxious, this has really helped me, and I hope it helps you. Every time I get anxious and I think of something that doesn't serve me, I grab it out of my chest and I give it to Him, and I just take it. It's like Conor McGregor did it with pain. Whenever he would feel pain, let's say he has pain in his leg, he would pull it out and throw it. He would just get it out and get rid of it. And it really helps, because it helps you do something physical for something that's mental. Like, it makes it tangible for your eyes, and I don't know how to explain it, but it helps me not be anxious at all, really. And I've been super happy because I've just been taking all the things that don't serve me, being conscious and aware of it, and then just giving it to Him, and He takes them from me, and then I don't have to worry because He solves them. And it's really nice. And you all, you deserve to have that. You deserve to be able to just give it to Him. And He wants you to give it to Him so He can solve it. Because if you just hold on to it and you try to do everything yourself, you're just going to be running yourself into the ground, and you're not going to get anywhere. And I realized that, and I had to change. So now I just take everything moment by moment, day by day, with what's in front of me, and I give all my anxieties to Him. I cast them in the fire and I get rid of them right then and there. And with the thinking that things have to go bad, no they don't. Because even if you do have a bad day, there's things that you can be proud of within it. And I scattered myself for so long, so I felt like I wasn't making any progress in anything because it was so slow. And now it's like, okay, I funnel all my energy into a few things, because you only have so much energy throughout the day. Let's say you have 100 energy and these 3 things you put 33% in each or 20% in each, and then the rest goes into resting or recovery or whatever you want to do, just fun things, versus having 19 different things that you need to do and putting in like 2-3% energy into each, it's gonna be much slower. But if you just become unbalanced for a little while, go all in on that one thing, go start that business and just grind for 8 hours a day, or start the podcast, go in the gym and work out like an animal day in and day out as much as you can, and really grind that out. Be unbalanced for a little while. It's okay. Other people, may tell you, oh, that's not healthy, but if it's really good and it's serving you, then, and it's serving God, it's making you better and other people better, then I don't think it's bad. I think it's a healthy obsession. I think healthy obsessions are good. I want to talk about being good either way, because I mentioned in the other episode, I think it was 13, maybe it was 12, but like how I went, maybe it was even 11, I don't know, it's been a while. But when I would go into like job interviews, or I would go in and when I was searching for a job, I'd go in and I'd be like, okay, if you go in, you get the thing that you wanted, and then you get a reward or whatever. And if things work out, then great, and if not, like, you're okay. Because if you're okay with not getting the thing and it doesn't really matter to you all that much, then it's not that you just don't care at all, but you just don't let it have any power over you or how you feel. You're like, oh, I got it, great. Oh, I didn't get it, oh well, I'll learn from it, right? So when you're okay with not having that thing, you have supreme levels of confidence, and you can do anything because you don't really give a shit. You don't really give a fuck. Sorry for cursing twice there. I've been more mindful of it. One thing that's helped me lately that I just remembered is giving things to God. Because not only should you fast and pray and meditate and speak with Him and have that really close connection, relationship, and put Him first in everything, always put Him first. You should also give things to Him, things that you want and things that you don't want. Let's say you have a bad habit of eating like sugary food late at night because you have that sweet tooth and it's really hard to diet, and you're doing all the right things, but at 11-12 o'clock at night hits, it's 11:45 and you're downstairs and you see that piece of chocolate cake, then it's hard to fight your own feelings. But if you tell God, today I'm not eating any chocolate cake or any sugar or whatever, then you're serving Him. And for me, it's like, if I let myself down, that hurts, right? It sucks. It sucks in here. But if you let Him down, gosh, I just feel like I'm falling apart. I feel like falling apart, like I'm dying. And it's excruciatingly painful. And I don't want to do it. And I failed Him the other day because Saturday I fasted, but I accidentally ate pork and I didn't realize it until I reflected. And I was with a friend and I was telling her, I was like, oh shit, I ate pork today, because I was talking about fasting, and I was like, dang it, I ate pork. Sorry for cursing again. where I was like, man, I ate pork, I failed him, and that was so crushing, it hurt so bad, and I didn't even realize I did it like 10-12 hours earlier, or however long earlier. And I thought, okay, I had to pray and I had to apologize to him. And then I fasted the next day, which was yesterday. And then I've just been giving things to him, because sometimes we won't do things for ourselves, but we'll do them for other people. Like, you may not clean your house or clean your room or whatever, your apartment, condo, wherever you live, for yourself, but if other people are coming over, I think I used this analogy in a different episode, if other people are coming over, then you may clean your house because you want it to look nice for them. But when you do it for God, there's so much more importance tied to it, that failing is not even an option. And then it becomes effortless, because if you give it to him, you say, all right, I'm not doing this today. He gives you the strength to it's easy. He gives you the strength to not do it. But if you're fighting your mind and your emotions, your body, whatever, it's hard, because you're not relying on him. You're relying on your own strength and your own understanding. And we're weak. We're all super weak. We die easily. We get injured easily. We get hurt. It's so easy to be in pain. But if we give everything that is serving us and not serving us to God, it becomes easy. And I've been so overwhelmingly joyous lately because of new relationships with friends and people, meeting new people and having fun and getting out of the house and learning new things and really focusing on a few things. And I'm so grateful, and I realize life can always be like this. Maybe not always, but more than not, it can. Like, yes, bad times, hard times are going to happen, but that doesn't make it bad necessarily. Things don't have to go bad. And if you think they do, then they will. But they can always be good if you stick with God. But when we go astray, or we're estranged, or whatever it is, it's on us. It's not God's fault. It's our fault. And we don't even realize it sometimes. Sometimes we're on the side of the river, as Duncan Trussell's mom would say. And you don't even realize you're there. Just try giving things to God. Just try praying a little bit. Just talk to him. Most of my praying is me just having casual conversation with him in a way that's seamless and easy for me. It's effortless, because I'm talking to him like I'm talking to one of my friends. Now, I'm not cursing, and sometimes I do slip up and I make a mistake and I have to apologize. I apologize, I correct myself, but man, just find a way that works for you. I used to struggle with things that are now easy, but before they were impossible and I just couldn't do it. But now it's so easy because I have God. It doesn't matter what you're struggling with. If you give it to God, it becomes easy, because it's his strength, not yours. He's helping you instead of you relying on yourself. So I take my anxieties about the business and career and money and clients and people, relationships, friends, love, whatever it is, family, and I just give it to him, because it's not for me to worry about. That's not my job to think of those things. My job is to row the boat. My job is to keep moving, and he directs me. He has the hardest job. He steers all of us at the same time, effortlessly, and we just got to keep moving and doing the best we can every day with what he puts forth for us to do. And also ask him, take time to just give thanks and don't ask for anything. And also take time to ask him what you can do better and how you can serve him better, how you can approach things differently and the clarity to do better, the strength to do better, to be kinder, to serve Him better. I want to speak to you right now and say, if you're a little fucked up right now, if you're a little hurt, and maybe you're falling apart, or it feels like it, maybe it feels difficult to connect with God, or you've fallen into sin, or you've done horrible, heinous things that I know I have. I'm not any better or any different than you. Maybe you need to be a little fucked up sometimes. Maybe I need to be a little fucked up sometimes. Maybe I need to be hurt. Maybe we need to be hurt because it makes you really reflect on what's going on in your life. Because if you're just moving and God needs you to pivot, but you're just moving in one direction, one straight line, you may need to fall on your face so that when you can look up, you can see everything in its entirety. So you can see everything effortlessly and you can take it all in. You take it all in and you look at your actions. What led you to this point? Why did this happen? And what is the point of this? Is it to make you stronger so you can keep going down this path? Or is it to help you realize you've been doing the wrong things and pivot? God takes those low points to test you and make sure that you're still loyal and you still trust Him. And I've been scared so many times, but not talking to Him doesn't help. If you're scared, and even if you don't fully trust Him, tell Him, be honest with Him. Being honest is the best thing. Because if you say, you know what, Lord, I haven't been trusting you, and I find it hard to trust you fully, but I want to get to that point with you, and I don't want to shut you out, and I may be angry at you right now, right? I may be fighting with you, I may be completely in the wrong, but I'm hurt, and I want you to understand that, and I want you to care for me and protect me, and I want things to get better, you know? I want everything to be okay again. I want to have that hope. I want to have that light, that positivity, that love in my life. But I'm not going anywhere. Even if I'm angry at you, we're going to figure this out. I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to turn to sin. I'm not going to go to the devil. I'm not going to do wrong to myself and other people. I'm not going to hurt myself or anyone else. I'm going to keep doing the best I can, but I want you to know that this is how I feel. This is what I'm going through. This is what I'm feeling. And you may already know it, but I just want to vocalize it. I just want to voice what I'm going through right now to you. My opinions, my feelings, because they're valid. And I think that'll bring you closer to Him. Because if you shut down and you say, He doesn't understand me, He's putting me through all this, why is this happening to me? Never say that. Never say, why is this happening to me? Say, why is this happening for me? What is gonna come after this? What is this doing for me? How does this serve me? I fell on my face, or something happened that I had no control of and it hurt. Okay, what is this supposed to teach me? How can I learn from this? If I look back on this, will I think, man, I'm glad God did that for me? 99% of the time, you'll say yes. And that 1% are things that you still don't understand yet, but you will. And then later on when you reflect, you'll be like, oh yeah, I was still going through that thing. And that was the 1%. So eventually we'll know everything, but we're not the one mapping out our whole lives. We don't know. So don't even try to predict. Don't even try to guess. Envision what you want. And if you don't know, taste. Try things. And then you think, okay, do I want that? No, not really. Okay, well, do I really want that? Okay, well, that's kind of cool. And things can change. Like, you can change. People are so scared of change. and they think it's unacceptable. Like, you can't shift what you want. Like, you could be working as a nurse and be like, you know what? I don't actually love this. This is super high stress and I don't really want to do this. I want to be a librarian, or I want to be a pediatrician, or I want to help kids. I want to do this, that, and the other, but I just don't want to do nursing. But to think that, oh, I'm going to be a nurse all my life, and then after 5, 10, 15 years, you're unhappy, but you think that, oh, that's what I wanted to do my whole life. Now what? If you don't reflect and think, oh, well, maybe I want to do this thing, then you'll never change. You'll be stuck at a job you hate. It's okay to change. It's good to change. You should be changing. If you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not growing, you're dying. And if you're not becoming better, you're becoming worse. If you're not moving, you don't stay stagnant, you get worse. So if you're not getting better every day, what are you doing? You're getting worse. So change. And change for you and for God, to be better, to serve Him better, to be better for yourself and the people around you. And don't do what they want, because they don't know you, they don't know your life, and they can't tell you what's best for you. They think they do, and maybe in their hearts they're just trying to help you. Maybe they just want to direct you down a path or whatever, because they think it's what's best for you, but they don't know. But maybe they just have pure intentions, but they're just going about it the wrong way. Who knows? And maybe they do have bad intentions. They don't actually care about you. That's for you to figure out. But do what feels right to you, because it's your life and you're the one living it. If you make decisions based on other people's perception and their ideals, you're living other people's lives that they've crafted for you, not the one God made for you. And that's disrespectful. That's very disrespectful. And it's rude to yourself and rude to God. I'm not going to apologize for talking about God on this podcast, especially this episode. It's been a lot of God talk, but it's needed, and it's what's going on in my life. And He's so good, and we can't even fathom how much He loves us. Because even if you're getting pulled astray, even if you're going down the wrong path, a bad path, and you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing, and you know you shouldn't be doing, but you're doing them because you're lost or you're scared or all of it, He still loves you no matter what. And you may think, oh, I've fucked up too many times. He can't possibly love me. He does. He loved you even before He created you. And He'll love you even after you pass. It's your job to build a relationship with Him, so you get to stay with Him forever. This world doesn't matter. We get maybe 100 years on here, but with Him we get eternity of just peace, love, joy, bliss, light, happiness, no pain. You get everything with Him. Without Him you get nothing. We are nothing without Him, but with Him we have everything. If God is everything you have everything you need. That's not a direct quote, but that is a quote. I changed it a little bit to fit how I feel. And God is great all the time, and all the time God is great. Again, I changed it a little bit because good does not fit God. God is great, the greatest. He's not just good, He's better than that. He deserves more praise. I'm so happy with my life lately. I've reconnected with friends I haven't seen in a long time, and felt really good. And I'm still reconnecting with people and connecting with people, getting out the house, making plans, doing things, and it's fun, it's good, and it serves me. And I knew what needed to happen before God gave me something. And when I tell you that when I give Him things, because I can't do them alone. I mean it. I knew I needed to master something, but I couldn't do it alone. Before I could get something, I had to master this thing in order to treat that thing that I want with the proper respect, care, and love that they deserve, because they're God's creation. So I needed to master this thing, and I had never mastered it before, and it's been something that I thought was impossible, unattainable, that it couldn't possibly happen, it couldn't work. It felt like something I could never do. But with the power and glory and grace of God, He's helped me master it. He's let me master it, because I needed to overcome this thing in order to get the thing that I've been thinking about, the thing that I would like, and He let me catch myself falling back into the person who I was that I'm not anymore, and I don't want to be like that person. I don't want to be. And again, I've changed because He let me. So every day I'm grateful that He lets me catch myself, and He catches me when I can't. And He loves me when it's hard. And He cares for me when I didn't care for myself. And He always has, and He always will. Because He's so great. He's the greatest. And I'm just so grateful. Because even when you have nothing, you have Him. And with Him, you have everything. So in reality, you always have everything if you have Him. Even when it feels like you have nothing. I'm listening to John Bellion right now. John Bellion. I'm listening to the Cove City concert. I was telling my friend about John Bellion, because if I butchered his name, I've been listening to him for years, man. But if I butchered his name, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to pronounce things sometimes. But I like a lot of his live stuff because it's so raw and real and just off the top of his head, and you can really see the gears turning. You can see him working, and he commands everything with such respect, and he's so calm, cool, and collected, and he's fun, and he can be energetic, and he can command people, but in a genuine and kind way. So when he's playing with an orchestra and a band or whatever it is, and he's playing these songs, or he's freestyling, or whatever he's doing, whether it's his songs or other people's, no matter what he's doing, he's directing them, but being kind and fun and gentle at the same time. And I think that's a really, really cool thing. He kind of like envisions something and then brings it to life. He's like, okay, you double that and come on here, a little more, little this, that, and the other. And then you can see all the pieces come together, and then it forms this beautiful thing. And he's an amazing director and producer and singer, songwriter. He can rap, he can do everything. He writes songs for other people, he produces for other people, he helps other people. He's a great husband, and I'm pretty sure he's a dad. He's a great father and dad, and he's a man I aspire to be like, because he's so fun and energetic and positive and happy. Maybe not all the time, but from what I see. And he's not on the internet all that much. He rarely ever drops anything. I can't remember the last time he dropped a song. It was that like one single a while back, and before that I don't even know. But I love his live performances probably more than his normal music that he records and puts out, because it doesn't have to be his song. He can make it his song, if that makes sense. He can take another person's song and make it his own. He can craft it the way he wants and change things up and make it better. I find that he takes his own songs and makes them better on here. So I think it's really beautiful. It's just like a compilation of a few songs that they did, and it's really fun. There's tons of different vibes throughout it, so you can just bounce around. You don't have to listen to it all the way through, but it's really, really good, and you feel like you're really there. I really love him and everything he makes, whether it's his own or if he takes something and makes it even better. It's beautiful no matter what. I'm gonna talk about the church, and God talks about this in his word. He gets angry at the people who corrupt the church and defile it internally and externally. And I believe a lot of people have been disenfranchised when it comes to the church, whether it's the Catholic Church, whatever it may be. I feel like they've been turned away from God because people have told them misinformation or twisting the word of God and making it their own. There are a lot of fake Christians, quote unquote fake Christians out there, and I don't like saying that because no one really knows the relationship that someone has with God, but I can say that I was one. I was a fake Christian, and I can admit I was and still am ignorant to everything in the Bible. I've learned a lot, and I used to base my relationship with God off of personal experience, but when you read his word, you can understand him better and what he wants for your life and what he needs you to do. I used to think that I was doing enough, I used to think that because I used to base my relationship with God on just a purely conversational level. I wouldn't read his word because it was scary. It was really scary and hard to get into. I didn't really have the courage or the discipline or the consistency to get into it. Especially when I was learning how to read, really read and read a lot consistently. I had a hard time getting to it because it was scary, and I feel like it was the devil trying to push me away from him. And now when I meditate, it's less of manifestation stuff, if any at all, and it's more just me having conversation with him. And then I read my Bible every day, because when you read his word, you realize, oh, I didn't know that thing. Oh, I didn't know that we're supposed to be doing that thing, or I should be doing that thing, or he doesn't like this thing or that thing, or that's not actually as bad as I thought, or that's worse than I thought. It gives you the framework for life and what you should be doing, and you're able to understand your purpose and mission better. It gives you purpose. When you understand him better, you can have better conversation with him, and you can say, why did you say this thing? I don't really understand that. And it's okay to not understand. It's good because you're challenging yourself. But I'll come across something and I'll be like, oh man, I don't understand this, God. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I just don't get it. Please help me understand it. If I can understand it better, I can understand you better, and I can help you and other people better. So, I'm not saying you have to read it cover to cover. I bounce around in it. I'll be over here reading Samuel, and then we're reading Isaiah. And then we're going to read all of Psalms. Like when I started, I read Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and I just kind of ran the gambit. And I was like, okay, I'm not really messing with the next thing or whatever. I just came around and I was like, all right, we're going back. We're going to go back here. We're going to read a little bit of this. And then I hit Samuel. I was like, I read a little bit of that. I was like, I went, before that, I went to Job, read all of Job. I love that. And I love Elihu as one of the characters in there. Him and Job I really like, but I liked Elihu more than Job, in my opinion, because he was this young kid that everyone thought was ignorant, and then he just debunks all of their stuff. He gives praise to God, glory to God, and he's like, you guys are stupid, and you need to stop doing this thing. And he just clapped back against all of them, and I thought it was so cool, because he was just spectating the whole time, thinking, coming up with things, and he was like, boom, showed out, and then God came in, and I thought that was really cool. But I read Job, and then I went and read some other stuff. Samuel, I'm in Isaiah right now, I'm pretty sure. Maybe Romans, I've heard of that. I've seen a few quotes from that. But I'm just bouncing around and I'm having fun doing it. And I can reread things. The good thing is you can always just reread them if you don't pick up everything. You don't have to, you should study it and understand it the best you can. But if you miss something, you can always go back and reread it. You don't have to read everything in chronological order or in any sort of order. You can just bounce around. Because maybe one day you need Psalms and you read through Psalms, and then you need Proverbs or you need Job to get you through something. Or you need wisdom, so you go to Ecclesiastes. Whatever it may be, you can bounce around, and it's okay to read things all the way through, and it's okay to read what you need to read. The goal is to keep reading and keep understanding more and more and keep learning. So no one can tell you the proper way to learn, because there's no proper way to learn. The only thing that you should do is read and understand better for yourself and for God. So I've been reading the Bible, and I've kind of hit a point where it's a little difficult, but that's okay. I'm quite a few pages in, but you can always set it down and come back to it later. That's the good thing about books. They're always going to be there. And they don't change. And this book is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So you can always gain value from it. I wanted to record tonight because I felt this feeling that I was like, yeah, I want to record. And I feel like God kind of pushed me. He set it up pretty well to where I have the time and I can record tonight. I think I'll drop this on the 8th. I'll probably edit either Wednesday or Thursday, and then put it up for upload tomorrow, Friday, the 8th. Because I said I would put it out before the 10th. And then we're going on break, on hiatus for who knows how long. I don't know. Season 1 has been very good to me, and I learned a lot. We're doing well, and I'm happy making this. I find it hard to talk about some things sometimes, because some things I want to say, but they're a little too touchy, or I don't really feel comfortable, or they're not really applicable anymore because time passes. But that's okay, because the good thing about life is there's always something to do, because there's always this moment and new knowledge and new experience. That's why it's important for me to do things. So I don't have a date. I think it might be a long time till season 2. I don't know how long each season's gonna be, but season 1 was kind of like the test run kind of trial in the beginning, just doing it for the sake of doing it and wanting to do it. And now it's like, okay, now I find that there's importance in this, and it's become comfortable. It's still sometimes hard to sit down and record for an hour 15, and maybe I do shorter half-hour episodes or whatever, or I do part 1, part 2 type things, like episode 13. I don't know, but I like this episode. I'm really proud of this episode because I took a lot more time to gather information before I put something out. So I don't know when season 2 will be, but it'll definitely be more interesting because time will have passed. I may be a little rusty coming back into it for episode 1, but we'll see. I'm excited though. I'm excited for season 2. It's gonna be fun. I'm thinking it may be when I move out, get my own apartment, but it depends because I've heard things about another lockdown, new pandemic, whatever. I don't know how true that is, but there's a lot going on in the world, and I don't really know what's gonna happen next, so I'm not gonna pretend or act like I know. So we're just gonna take it day by day, moment by moment, and we're gonna roll with it. I think season 2 is going to be when I move into an apartment, when I get out of the house, whatever it may be. When I move out, have my own space, I think I'll record, because then I can just kind of record whenever. I don't really have to wait till nighttime, because if I record during the day, then my mom's going to hear, or people are going to hear, or whatever, whoever's home, whoever's here. So I kind of like recording and having no one listen to me, because if it gets personal, then it's a little weird or awkward. So I record at like 8 o'clock or later, usually 7 o'clock or later, because my mom's downstairs and no one's here to judge me. It's a judgment-free zone. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a while until we get season 2, but I promise you we'll be back, because this is important and I want to keep doing this and putting my time and energy and effort into it. Even if they are short episodes. I mean, these episodes are about an hour. Maybe I don't really know. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but I'm excited. The business takes off. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know where I'm gonna move, what's gonna happen, but eventually I do want to get back in the gym. There's so many things I want to do, but I got time. I have plenty of time. So I'm just gonna cast all my anxieties, all my fears, all my doubts, on all of it, and I'm just gonna give them to God, and it's all gonna be okay. We're gonna take a deep breath, and we're just gonna go, and we're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna have fun. That's the main thing. And this podcast isn't really stressful, because it's like, if someone hears it, at least one person, then great. If not, I had fun recording it and getting things out there, and it gives me purpose, I'm excited for the future, because I've been reflecting on what I want, because part of me is like, I want to have multiple properties for different things. I want like more than one income stream. I want to be able to set my son up right, when I have him. And I don't want to get into a big mortgage, paying a lot of money every single month, for a house eventually. But part of me is like, man, I want to find a really nice home, get set up, maybe get the boys, and we live together, split the rent, whatever. And then, they move out whenever, and I maybe go and get another house that I can rent out for other people. I definitely want houses that I rent for other people, so I can have that money coming in. Other income streams that I don't have to manage and watch or to really interact with all that much. Like, watch over them, yes. Make sure everything's going smoothly, but being financially free is very important to me. And it's hard for people when they go and rush straight into a mortgage on a house that it's hard for them to pay, and if they would have benefited if they stayed in an apartment for a few more years and maybe or maybe purchased like a duplex or something, lived in one half and rented out the other, or they got a house with more than one person, so then they could put more money into other things. So I want to be smart when we do that, but first thing, I want to get out the house. I gotta get out the house, and that'll happen hopefully soon. I don't know when, but before that, again, I've been thinking getting ahead of myself, but part of me is I want a house that's like my boy Sam's, because it felt like we're all brothers when it's me and my boys at Sam's house, and Sam's house is always so inviting and warm, and it's like home. It's very I think every guy really dreams of having that like phase house, that house with their boys that they can just hang out, kind of like pull LAN parties and shit like that, like hang out. I think that's kind of a dream for a lot of guys. Or buying houses next to each other, so then you just walk right across or next to the house next door and hang out. Like, that sounds super, super fun to me. And not only does it sound fun, but like sharing a house with the boys, it's like, let's say you have a $5,000 mortgage. The boys pay you $2,000 each, because that's about as much as an apartment, and you get a nice house to live in. You pay $1,000 and like maybe utilities or something like that, and it's cost efficient for all of you. Not only is it seems fun, but it also seems cost efficient, and that way you're able to save up and purchase more property, combining, pool everything and then conquer. I'm sorry if I sound a little nasally. I've been sick for the past like 3-4 days. Feel like I'm 90%, but like internally my nose and my throat has been like nasty, so I apologize if I sound a little shitty this episode. Sorry for cursing, but that's the truth. Sounds pretty gross. But this time that I was sick, it wasn't like crippling like the other time, because when I was sick in July, I was maybe it was like early August, whatever, when I was sick the first time, and I told y'all I was like crippled for a whole day. Like, I literally could not do anything. This one, I just felt kind of crappy for a few days, and it's just kind of lingering, but it's pretty much gone now. I just need to blow my nose and get shit out. Sorry, language. Sorry for cursing. But yeah, this time I was sick, and every time, it's kind of uncanny. Every time a new Baki season comes out, or new Baki episodes come out, it feels like I get sick, because first time in 2021, I'm pretty sure it was released 2 parts, or if it was, I don't know, I think it was 1, and I just watched the whole thing straight through. But the first season came out in 2021. I remember being sick and watching the whole thing, just whole day, watched Baki and chilled. And I'm pretty sure I had soup, like I had chicken noodle soup or something. But I just remember being sick and just being in bed the whole day watching Baki. It was sick. And then when I got sick this past time, it was after the 24th of July when the Baki season came out. The first half of season 2 of Baki Hanma came out. So I watched that when I was sick, and I was thinking in my mind, there's no way I get sick again after August 24th. Like, there's no way I get sick again within the next like month or so. And sure enough, I got sick again, which is crazy, because I literally never get sick. I get sick maybe once a year for 2 days, 3 days max. And in the past like month or so, I've been sick at least like a week of days, like just a week, which is crazy to me. Because if it was 3 the first time and like 4 now, it's like a week, which is nuts. And it's in the middle of the summer, which is kind of crazy. So, but I feel better now, and I'm doing really good. Life has been very good. God has been treating me very well, and I'm very grateful. I'm very happy. And I truly do believe the more you put out into the world, the better you put out into the world, whatever it may be, the better you get. And also, the harder you work, the luckier you get. Because God favors not only His children, but the children that have a relationship with Him and that serve Him and are good vessels and that invite His purpose into their lives and do good. They're rewarded heavily. God builds them a house on the rock, so when the floods come and the winds blow, they're protected. He gives us wisdom He gives us strength. He loves us. He provides for us. He gives us love, cares for us, protects us. He's the best. And I don't understand the argument of not believing in anything. Because if you believe and you subscribe to whatever religion or even philosophy, you have at least some sort of framework for life. But the devil owns the fence and, let's say, the left. And to the right is God, a relationship with him in heaven, and you're sitting on the fence. And to the left is hell and the devil, but the devil owns the fence. So people who die, they may say, "Oh, I was on the fence. I didn't choose hell." But in reality, the devil owns the fence because you didn't choose God and to have a relationship with him and give your life to him. So if you don't believe in anything, I believe you're going to subscribe to politics or whatever propaganda, whatever garbage of this world that is thrown your way. Doesn't matter what it is, it's going to be created by humans, things of this world that are not good for you. Because you have to subscribe to something. You have to believe in something. And if you don't believe in God, then I don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's having a perfect, loving father, dad, shepherd, Lord, leader, guide, role model. I mean, he's perfect. And you can believe in him in science, because people who say, "Oh, I believe in science, I don't believe in that." Science is the study of what God has created. That's all science is. Study of space and the universe. God created those. Study of trees, dinosaurs, animals, all of it. God created those. Study of humans, health, medicine. God created us. It's written in our genes. It's written in our DNA. So, I just don't understand it. That's okay. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion and their own beliefs. And it should be that way. You have free will. God gave it to you, so it's your choice. But I won't shame anyone for believing what they want to believe, but I don't appreciate, and it irritates me when people judge other people on their beliefs, and when people judge me for believing in God so heavily or at all, and for doing the things that serve him and serve me. So be respectful, be kind, and love everyone and everything. Love your neighbor, be good to everyone. Treat everyone with respect and love. Don't come at things or people with hate, even if they do disrespect you and what you believe in. Be kind, show them kindness, show them what God is made of. Make God proud. Be a good example of how great God is. I think we're gonna end the video out, or end this episode after we pray, because it's almost that time. It's getting really late. So I'm gonna pray for us, and then we're gonna get out of here. Last episode, baby. This is fun. This has been real fun. This has been a really good episode. Dear Lord, thank you for loving us and taking care of us. Thank you for giving us this newfound knowledge and respect for you. Thank you, Lord, for not giving up on us, for picking us up when we fall, for loving us even when we can't love ourselves, or when it's hard, and when we don't. Thank you for treating us with love, care, and respect, instilling the best virtues, values, and backbone, spine, framework for life, whatever you want to call it. Thank you for putting your faith and trust in us. Thank you for all of the bad things too, the good and the not so good. Everything that hurts, everything that makes us happy, all of it. both sides we appreciate, because it's beautiful. Everything is perfectly imperfect, and we've been crafted in your image. Thank you for our healthy bodies and minds and all of the opportunities you give us every single day, every single moment of every single day. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for letting us wake up. Thank you for clothes on our back, food in our stomachs, the water we're able to drink. Thank you for shelter, home. Thank you for all the people that are listening right now. Thank you for love, light, family, positivity. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for loving and cherishing us and caring for us, and making sure that we're always okay, we're always protected. Thank you for being so great and so good to us. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for everything. We love you. In Jesus' name, in your love, we pray. Amen. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this last episode 14. I'm proud of how this turned out. This has been fun. I had fun. And I don't know when I'm going to see you next, but hopefully I see you soon. But no matter what, I will see you in season 2. God bless you all. Peace.